Well, yesterday I was kind of cleaning up the nursery, and what happened was I guess the seed fell in between my benches. And because there was limited space, it kind of grew around it. And so this is what I have. And you could see some of the cuts I did because they were getting tall like this, so I cut the tops. That's on this side here. Anyway, today's lesson is how do we go about styling based on what you're given. Now, to me, there's basically two ways to do a bonsai. One is you have an image in your head that you want to create, so you find a material to see if you could get it like that. But like this one here, you're given a unique situation. How do we enhance the intricacy or the interest of this given plant? And so that's what we're going to be doing today, is how can I take this? It's just kind of a very different growth pattern. And so that's what we'll do today, is how am I going to get this to look its best because it has a unique start. Oh, it was growing in the ground for a number of years. I think it was a little plant, so I ignored it. And it got bigger, so I just kept chopping the head off so that it won't get higher than the bench and interfere with the bonsai. Well, it got now kind of large. So now I have to do something with it. Okay, I'm going to give you a moment here. Do you see a tree in there that is quite unique? So go ahead and take a look. What would you do if this was your tree? You see those two that are going straight up? And then as we follow this way, there's some stuff that is kind of going up. So I thought I'd go ahead and get started with those, and maybe you can see what I'm looking at. Okay, took off a couple. Are you starting to see the potential of this guy? Let me cut off a little bit more. Cut off a few more. Now see what I'm going for? I'll go ahead and cut some more. Now I think you could start to see what I was seeing. Then I'll get started on this side. It has a good root flare. And as it goes up, kind of falls apart in terms of design. So I'm thinking that this should be like a half cascade. So let me change the angle. So I'm thinking maybe like this, or even a little bit more tilt. So based on that, I'll go ahead and finish pruning right about here. Okay, so I'll get busy on that. Okay, so this first round of making bonsai, we had to do some of this really hard stuff, and so that it's there. Okay, so we got the root flare, and then a potential apex coming up, and then this is the first branch, which will become the cascade. So what's next? Well, I need to get this soil off. It's native soil, basically DG, or decomposed granite. And so I'm gonna have to wash this off. Well, I'm shooting this at 7 o'clock in the morning, so it's cold out there. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get it wetted down, And then as it starts to warm up, I'll go ahead and finish. So I got this planted in this ceramic container, and I think it looks slightly big, but you know, it will grow. And we got lots of fresh soil. I washed off the native soil and have converted to my typical bonsai soil. So anyway, I think this is ready for this coming spring. You might be thinking, Hero's being sloppy again. You know, these cuts that is a little bit on the rough side. I'm gonna wait until it leaves out and warms up a little bit. Then I'm gonna go back in there and clean them up. It's one of those little things that might help in the future. Sometimes you get it too tight and then it dies back. Not so much on Trident, but definitely on Japanese maples. So anyway, I'll be saying goodbye to you. Oh yeah, while the weather was warming up outside, I made a couple other videos. So this is Hero saying goodbye. I'll see you again real soon. And my friends in Texas, I hope you are defrosting and you don't have any major damage to your house. So anyway, I'll see you again real soon. Goodbye. So this was the Trident maple. This was the Trident maple, and the exercise was how to best enhance the character of a plant. And this one came out so different that we came up with this solution.